Commitment 2016 coverage. WGAL is bringing you coverage of all of the races that impact the Susquehanna Valley, from the presidential race to the local contests. And I'm joined now by one of the candidates running for the 37th Legislative District. The district covers the northern part of Lancaster County, from Denver in the east to the I-283 corridor to the west. And with me is Tim Reedy. He's a project manager for Xerox, and he lives in Brickerville, Elizabeth Township.
Yes.
And Representative Mindy Fee, the incumbent, declined to participate in this debate. But we thank you for being here and joining us.
Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Susan.
Thank you. Why are you running against an incumbent?
I tell you what, a lot of people have asked me, and one of the big questions I get is that one, and are you crazy, are you nuts to get into politics? About 2 years ago, I sort of started to go out and talk to everyday people. I talked to people, servers, bartenders, talked to churchgoers, everybody, to find out what their opinion was of politicians, of the state government. I talked to politicians as well. And what I found was two different ways that people did it. The politicians were like, people that are not in politics don't understand what goes on in Harrisburg, so there's no way that they can be in it. It is the political class. However, the people that are out there in the community every day just want some common sense principles to actually take hold. And really, those people that I found don't really have a voice. They're crying out there for relief in taxes and for help at the same time.
All right, talk about taxes. How would you propose relief in taxes?
The one thing about the taxes is I really firmly believe that people will vote or people will adhere to an increase in taxes if they believe in something. So is it a way to market? I don't think so. But what it is we have to get people to buy into the fact that we need to help other people. We have tried, the Republican Party for so many years has tried the trickle-down economics. I think we do have to try that. We have to give some release to the business community out there. In Pennsylvania, the corporate tax is 9.9%. It's the second highest in the country. That has to come down. At the same time, we have to put more money into education, more money into job training. People that are in prison when they come out, we can't forget them. People that are on welfare, we can't forget them as well. Give them more things to do, give them more money for childcare, etc. We've got to bubble up. So basically what we're trying, what I think we should do is we should trickle down and bubble up, meet everybody in the middle.
Well, the governor just lost a battle and to try to increase taxes to balance the budget and to come out with a new budget. How would you go about in Harrisburg to achieve more compromise? We didn't see a whole lot of that this time around.
Well, one of the reasons why I'm running against an incumbent, I believe, is that leadership change is needed in the state capitol. Albert Einstein once said that people that create problems aren't the one to actually fix it. We have a huge pension crisis coming up. It's been going on since 2001, since this started. I don't know if anybody knows, but the state really didn't contribute anything to their pensions, their responsibilities, from 2001 to 2010.
Right.
Okay, that is a huge problem, and no one is actually
talking
about it.
So how do we solve that problem?
I think the first thing that we really have to do is we just have to get everybody together in the same room. And it sounds easy. For me, as someone who does solutioning every day, one of the things is you get a bunch of experts from the community and you get people together.
Do you think we should go for that kind of 401k kind of plan that other people have in private life?
It should be, yes, we should do the 401k plan, but the problem is that when you slowly take people off of that, the contributors actually become less and less and less. So that balance, that's the unfunded liabilities, which is somewhere around $50 billion, is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger because that pot isn't coming down.
Just quickly,
I can tell you that there's going to have to be some revenue generating or something to get rid of that unfunded liability.
$200 million more in the budget for school districts. Just very quickly, do you think more should have been allocated?
Here's the problem that I see with that. It's the whole budget was smoke and mirrors a little bit. The Republican Party says that it's balanced. Yeah, I guess you can balance anything. The problem is $300 million of money that they say makes it balanced, they're going to delay payments for the Social Security payments that were taken out of school teachers' pay. They're delaying that until next year. They're also delaying over $250 million of money that was earmarked to go to new school construction. So yes, they did put $200 million more into education, but they're taking it away as well. So I'm wondering, where is the smoke and mirrors here? Look, I am all for education. I'm for teachers. I'm a Republican, and I think we need a lot of job training. Although, do we really need to throw money at things?
All right, don't want to cut you off there, but
That's
thank
okay.
you, Mr. Reedy,
Sure.
for joining us. We appreciate
You're quite welcome.
it. The Pennsylvania primary is April 26th, and keep up with the latest election news at WGAL.com. You'll find information on the other races that we're following. Checking Wall Street once again on this Friday. Little mix